Join others in wishing you a very happy birthday. And I want to take it up from where my friend Bishop Ogide left it. He once got me into a lot of trouble when I attended his inauguration as a Bishop of Sitam. He did refer to Psalms 133, I beg your pardon. It's just three stanzas, 3 verses. And it's actually a song by David. Jehovah, just a minute. This song by David starts by saying, "Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious oil upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that came down upon the skirt of his garments, like the dew of Hermon that cometh down upon the mountains of Zion. For there Jehovah commanded the blessing, even life evermore." I think this is a moment for us Kenyans to reflect on this. And Mr. President, for once, I think we have a God-given opportunity, even as we prepare to take this country to a referendum, to have a non-contested referendum. Those are precisely the words that I used when I attended the inauguration of Bishop Ogide. When I said that time, let us listen to what the church is saying, so that we can build the consensus. I have read and I have traveled, and the most recent interesting reading I've come across is that of some of us who think that this is another trick. As my brother Chamasha Mashinani said, he did not find any mischief in this document, but there are those who are reading mischief, unfortunately. Let us also bring them on board. For instance, they think that this whole thing is aimed at creating and expanding the structure of the executive to the detriment of everything else. But you have heard here the Kenyans in a celebratory mood because devolution is the biggest gainer of this whole thing. 35% to the counties. Recently, Your Excellency, you recall the very tough discussion in the Senate when senators could not even agree on the formula. Now everything looks straight. And I want to urge here that we get into this norm of believing that every Kenyan is important. Every Kenyan. Those on 4-wheel cars and those even on one wheel. Every Kenyan matters. Every Kenyan matters. And therefore, nobody should read mischief where there is none. Governors, when you get this money, I plead for the love of this country. Please let us adhere to the provisions of Chapter 6 of the Constitution. I know that there are ward representatives who may not agree with some of the governors, and then they have been denied development assistance. Now, it was Wiper Democratic Movement's position that this 2%, that Ward Development Fund be included as a constitutional amendment. And this we're very proud of as Wiper because it was listened, we are listened to, we are listed in that document as one of the parties that made this presentation. Because we believe in devolution. Let us deepen it and, of course, avoid the stealing. What one ambassador once said, Kenyans, we steal and we vomit on their shoes. We have an opportunity to grow our own economy and not vomit on each other, but grow this economy. Mr. President, I want to be very brief today. And I say that we have read this document. We cannot be in a reading mood all the time. It's not a very big document. We have read it. What happens next, in my view, Mr. President, is that the bills that have already been drafted, and there are several of them, drafted, let then the whole concept, which is enshrined in Constitution 2010, take root. Participation, public participation with regard to each of those bills that has been drafted subsequent upon this report. So the report then can have some hands and feet to stand on. And the country then can prepare for the next very important thing. So we have read, let us not kid ourselves. People cannot read forever. Iko kwa mtandao, it has been read, and I think it is a time to move on and support this change, which is important. And while you are doing it, avoid radicalizing this country. You see, there are very many types of terrorism. If you start a class war, what are you doing to your own country in the name of wanting to get elected? This is not good. I've just come, Your Excellency, from a visit to Mount Kenya region, and beautiful Thompson Falls, compared to the famous BOMAS of Kenya thing. It's amazing. Beautiful territory, beautiful country. But then we radicalize a youth, so they look at you. A youth looked at me and said, Kalonzo, we welcome you. Karibu sana. At least somebody has brought us a wheelbarrow. What have you brought us? Even I'm saying the wheelbarrows are important to this country. It is important. Therefore, let us embrace this possibility, God-given opportunity to have a non-contested referendum so that there will be no wheelbarrows and there will be no other types of Kenyans. Class war, dangerous. Finally, Mr. President, Alanet Jr., whom I celebrate, put you into a very tricky situation. And even as we think of appealing to my brother Raila to stop the reggae and William to stop the wheelbarrow story, I love this Jerusalem song, that dance. But then, Mugithi may even be better, so that we all follow in a Kenyan song where we come together. Don't fall into the trap, Mr. President, on your birthday that was given by my Laine Jr., student of law at the University of Nairobi, taking you very seriously on what you said in Kisumu.